Hi, welcome to vlog number 2. In this vlog, I'm going to be discussing chapter 13 of the Rhetorical Act and chapter 7 of Reading Pop Culture. So in Reading Pop Culture, chapter 7, Visimus Knox wrote a passage called On Novel Reading. He writes about books and the type that is good for you depending on your age. He says that books are mostly read by young people than by older people. For young audiences, the books needed to be entertaining in order for them to actually take time and read it, because if not, they would get bored of it. He also says that usually when youth or inexperienced readers read a book, they usually don't understand the moral of it since they're not good readers. In the passage called Teen Literature and Fan Central, written by Robin Brenner, he writes about fan fiction. What I understand fan fiction is when a part of the book is not talked about, so people start to imagine what happened, and from there the fan groups start to form in which they talk about what they think that happened. For example, if it doesn't have a good ending or it doesn't have an ending at all, the people start thinking of what ending could have happened. They look at things like the character's development and plot in order to come up with points to add to the story themselves. Fans share the ideas after they are happy with them, and that is when more fans start to join and talk more about the book. So the platform or wherever you're doing the fan thing starts to get more popular. The reason that people get involved into fan culture and that they find the story really interesting and they want to find a community with something that they like, or they just want to become a creator or a better creator themselves. Those are some of the reasons why people get into fan culture. I personally don't really do fan fiction, or I'm not into it because I don't really read a lot, only like for school and stuff like that. If it's like necessary, I do read, and sometimes I do like the books that I get assigned, like the David Vedder book, The Boy in the Bubble. I really enjoyed reading it. An example of some of the things that fans can do is change the sexuality of the characters. For example, they can make the characters turn into LGBTQ characters instead of like homosexual characters. In The Art of Emerging Sphere of Fiction, written by Frank Rose, he talks about the different kinds of stories that were introduced to him, like fantasy role-play games. Role-play games was basically what is now called like a play. Jordan came up with a book called Dungeons and Dragons, which he started by selling outside in his house, and then later on it became more popular, and he even had his own company. Jordan mentioned that you need characters and plot lines that can be extended in order to create a stronger world in the game. So in chapter 13 of the Rhetorical Act, I learned about how media technology influences our messaging behavior and why we use the Rhetorical Act ourselves. Nowadays, we basically are influenced by many things, especially in the media, because almost everyone now has a cell phone, or they have televisions, or even like computers, iPads, iPods. They just have access to internet really easily. Like you can just go to the library and rent a computer, and you have access to free internet if you need it. All media that people make have motive. For example, some people might have the motive to make money out of it, but for others it might be how to show or teach someone how to do something. And also some people might do media because they want to become popular. People experience the media in their own way. Some people might take something personal while another person doesn't. So someone might take something personal if it's like about, like, for example, a football team that they like, and they say something bad about it, while another person will think that that's true because they don't like that football team. The media now plays an important role in almost everyone's lives, because nowadays we see television forms and other forms of media everywhere, as I mentioned. And I guess it's good when it's true media, but sometimes there's media that you can't believe, or that you know that's not true, but you still see it being like shown on the media, which is not good because there's people that actually believe it and then start making up things about what they saw in the media, which is not true.